And we're back on Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask. And of course, want to thank you for joining us for another fantastic episode. I want to thanks to Erica Malone for putting together another great show. And we have a lot of special guests lined up for you in all of our 4 segments. Of course, we do Who's Your Homestead, Who's Your Hustle, Who's Your Happenings, and Who's Your Good News. So, of course, you can find the podcast in all places you can get your favorite show, including YouTube, our website at southernindiananow.com. You can find it on Apple, Spotify, and of course, all the other places that you can download your favorite show. And we're back on Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask, and we're having the special honor of visiting with Ruth Ann Rebber today with the Seymour Museum Center. She's part of our Who's Your Homestead feature. Thanks so much for being part of the show today. So happy you could be here. And let's talk about what is the Seymour Museum and how people can get connected.
Well, the Seymour Museum is located in the original Federal Building in Seymour on the corner of 3rd and Chestnut. And it is a collection of historic Seymour artifacts. Mm-hmm. We have portraits of Meady Shields and his wife, who are the founders of Seymour. We have Model T Ford. We have a mail wagon. We have a humongous telephone display that was kind of the impetus to the museum. Years and years ago, it was a collection by Mr. Welch, who was the president of the telephone company. The most important thing right now is the acquisition of the Connor Hill print shop. The print shop was located at Sitka, and it has moved to the museum, and it is a wonderful collection of historic print presses, historic timeline of printing. It's really going to be a unique new exhibit.
Love that. So tell me one of your favorite stories that has kind of come from the museum.
Well, one of the things when I do tours with the children that I really like to show them, one of our telephones is a pay telephone, and it takes silver dollars.
Oh, wow.
And I think that they don't even know what silver dollars are.
Right.
So it's fun to watch them see, learn about what silver dollars were, and then to know that you could have a payphone that you put a silver dollar in. So that's just a fun thing.
So if people are cleaning out different things in their homes, storage units, parents' properties, all that fun stuff, tell me what sort of donations that you would like to see. If you're something you're actually know it's out there and you're looking for it, let's talk about that.
Well, anything historic to Seymour, we have collections of businesses that are no longer here. Mm-hmm. We've got all kinds of advertising things, pictures of Seymour. We have received some really nice new artifacts from the Ovandi Theater. We have a camera and film racks and things like that. So historic items of things that have happened here before. Of course, we're always looking for Reno things or other kinds of special historic things. Lots of historic things. We do say if we can't take them or if it's not something we don't use. Yeah. We don't want county things because there's a county museum in Brownstown. So.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. Well, tell everybody when you're open and how they can get connected.
Well, we're open the first and third Saturdays from 11 to 2 right now because we just don't have enough volunteers. If you're interested in volunteering, you can call me at 812-569-1659, or you can stop by the museum on a Saturday. We would love to have you come. We also will open at request. So, if you've got somebody in town you'd like to share with,
sure,
we would make a special effort to open up.
Yeah. Well, if someone would like to donate to the museum, how can they do that?
Well, they can just write us a big check.
Those are always nice.
But the other thing is, on August 23rd is our print shop celebration. And tickets are available at the Visitor Center or at Artistic Impressions. Tickets are $75 each, or there's a sponsorship level that businesses or individuals can honor family members or whatever. And that information is available on our on our Facebook page.
Okay, fantastic. Well, if you would like to get connected to the Seymour Museum Center, you can do that and reach out to Ruth Ann Rebber. She will get you connected with all things memorabilia. And if you have some items that you'd like to donate as you're going through, maybe storage units, old attics, there's always sort of something fun that you'll find. Don't just keep it tucked away. I'm sure if it's fascinating, they want to know about it and others want to see it. We'll be back right here on Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask.
Join me, Jay Hubbard, weekdays from 6 to 10 every morning. It's Jay's Morning Wake Up Call, blending today's greatest country hits with local news, weather, and a couple laughs. Jay's Morning Wake Up Call on 92.7 WXKU.
And we're back on Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask. And of course, we wanted to feature one of our area bookstores located in Jackson County. And of course, in the heart of downtown Seymour. We're talking today with Ashley with Magic of Books as part of our Hoosier Hustle segment. And of course, they always have things happening at the bookstore. So let's talk about what people can find. And Ashley is a writer herself. So we'll talk a little bit about your background, how did you become a writer? Did you just one day go, I really like doing this?
I think as many of us, we always want to be an author and we try to pursue it. And one day I just sat down and actually did it, had no thought process behind it, just wrote from the seat of my pants, published it on a whim, and then cool things happened after that. So
Okay.
It was wild.
Well, let's talk about some of those cool things and maybe what some advice you might have for someone else thinking, you know what, I've always been told I needed to write a book. What do I need to do?
Oh my gosh, my first thing would be to come down on the second Saturday of every month. We do a writers group. It's free to join. We share resources. I've made so many mistakes as an author. And I think the best way to learn anything is through mistakes. And sometimes it's really cool if you can learn through someone else's mistakes.
Yeah.
So you don't
It saves you some time.
Exactly. Yeah. Why go through the hard stuff? Work smart, not hard. So I think just joining up with as many authors as you can is the best way to do it, but not allow anybody else's process to get in your head, because you might do things completely different, and then that's what actually works for you and gets you to finish that book. So
Yeah. Well, let's talk, how long does the process usually take?
Oh my goodness, it can go really, really fast. There is so many different writing groups that you can join online that will help you complete a novel in 30 days.
Wow.
Depending on what your word length is that you want. So it could take 30 days. It could take 300 years. You know what I mean? Like, it all depends on
Might
the
want to get that done before that, though,
You
unless
might
someone's
want
writing
to,
about you.
But,
Yeah.
I mean...
For sure. Let's talk about what is the minimum amount of words someone needs to have?
You can have... there's short stories. That's 2-sentence stories. You can have as many...
You can publish a 2-sentence story book?
Well, a lot of people do. They'll be like flash fictions, and then they'll compile them into one giant book. So however you want to tell your story, as long as there's a beginning, a middle, and an end, then there's really not a wrong way to do it.
Okay. I love all that. That's so inspiring. So a lot of people can definitely get connected to you to find out more. As far from a shopping standpoint, what do people like to buy around Southern Indiana? That's what I liked. And like, what are people buying?
Southern Indiana in general is such a diverse community, and we have so many different interests. I think, me personally, I write psychological horror thrillers. So there's a lot of like red rum happening in my books. And one of my most supportive readers looks like a little kindergarten teacher. So people love all different kinds of things.
Can't judge a book by its cover, literally.
You really can't. And I think that's why it's good to have so many different options as a small business, so you can hit each one of those markets that we definitely share within everyone.
All right. Fantastic. I love all that. How can people get connected to you and follow your story? If they want to buy your book, what's the best way they can do that?
Any way possible that you want to buy, whatever way that you're comfortable with. We just have a love for reading over at the Magic of Books. So if you would come through us, we would absolutely love that. But we're just happy to see a book in hand.
Yeah, I love it. Definitely check that out. Again, what are your hours?
We are open 9 to 6, Tuesday through Saturday. So we try to be there as much as possible. And we are in the process of moving, so hours may expand a little bit more.
Okay. All right. I love that. And of course, you can always enjoy great conversation. You can find out how you could get that finally dusted thought in your head about becoming an author, making it happen. And Ashley can tell. Ashley, that's a tongue twister.
It is.
Can help you with that. So do get connected with her at the Magic. We'll be Back right here on Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask.
Wherever you go, our stations have your music, local news, local sports, and local weather covered. 95.3 WUME brings you today's best hits, along with Paoli Sports, local news, and weather. 98.7 WSCZ plays the timeless favorites from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, as well as local weather and Orleans High School sports. And 96.9 WKLO keeps it country with all your favorite classic country hits, plus Corridon and North Harrison High School sports, as well as local news and weather. Your soundtrack for Southern Indiana is found on 95.3 WUME, 98.7 WSEZ, and 96.9 WKLO.
And we're back on Southern Indiana Now, and we're so happy to talk with Larry Bolte with the Freeman Airfield Museum, located in Jackson County. That's in the Seymour Freeman Field area, for those of you who may be aware. Talking about a big event coming up featuring Larry on our Hoosier Happening segment. And, of course, talking about Airplane Ride Day, because who doesn't want to ride an airplane? I know I do. I may need to figure out how we can get involved with this. But let's talk about it, Larry. So tell me about when the event is, how people get signed up.
Okay, good morning, Kelly. It's good to be on with you again. So Airplane Ride Day for 2025 is on Saturday, June 21st from 9 o'clock in the morning until 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
All right.
And people can come out. There's no appointment required. It's just come on out. We have about 10 airplanes, volunteer pilots, all experienced, by the way,
that helps.
That are going to take people for airplane rides, see the city of Seymour from the air.
I love
and
that.
we do this for a $25 per person donation, and all the money goes to the museum. None of us are paid.
Right, yeah, definite volunteer opportunity. Tell me about the different type of planes. Do you get to choose which one? Are they all the same?
Well, they're similar. We try to use 4-seat airplanes. Clearly, one person has to be the pilot.
Yeah.
So we can take
that's
up to 3 people up at a time. We do have two-seat airplanes. Occasionally, an individual comes out, but mostly this is a family thing.
Yeah.
Usually a parent and a couple kids go up for the 3 people. But when we get a single, we use one of the smaller airplanes.
All right, so how long have you had this event? And I'm sure it gets rave reviews.
Yeah, we have been doing this since 2016. And cross fingers, we have never been rained out. We had to start an hour or two late a couple times.
Yeah.
The only year we missed was the COVID year, 2020, when everything was pretty well shut down.
All right, so this is going to be a fun event, again, happening on June 21st. So we want to make sure, and you don't have to sign up, right?
They'll have to sign up in advance, but if anyone has questions, they could call me at area code 812-521-7400.
Okay.
Pretty easy to remember.
Yeah.
And we'd be happy to answer anything, but just come out.
Yeah.
We'll have a food truck there, so people need something to eat, they can get that.
Yeah.
And the museum will be open. Admission is free to the museum, and there's ample free parking out there at the airport. So there's no other hidden costs in this. It's just simply $25 a seat.
Yeah. Well, you're going to love it. It's going to be a great event. Check out it's in Seymour on Saturday, June 21st. Again, all is a $25 donation, but the museum is free, so you can check out all the fun things happening. So if you've never been on a plane, this is your chance to do it for just $25, and that's going to be super fun. And if you have kids that love airplanes, this is an event for them. So do check it out. Thank you so much, Larry, for being part of our Hoosier Happening segment right here on Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask.
Join me, Jay Hubbard, weekdays from 6 to 10 every morning. It's Jay's Morning Wake Up Call, blending today's greatest country hits with local news, weather, and a couple laughs. Jay's Morning Wake Up Call on 92.7 WXKU.
And we're back on Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask, hanging out with Heather and Marcia with Mercy Rescue. And we're so happy to have them as part of the Southern Indiana Now show. Super excited to tell everybody about the good news, featuring them as our Hoosier Good News segment, because there's a lot of good things happening over there, especially if you are an animal lover.
Especially.
Yes. So, Heather, tell us about Mercy Rescue, where you're located, and but where you're located only just means where you're located. Like, you can serve people from all over Southern Indiana, right?
Oh, absolutely. Martha and I are both volunteers with Mercy. We're located in Hayden, so just outside of North Vernon, Indiana. Been there 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is our 20th year.
Wow. Okay.
So we have been very involved for the last several years, Martha and I. So we do a lot of adoptions. We are very heavily involved in our spay neuter program, as well as our volunteer outreach and things like that. But very, very rooted in our community in North Carolina.
So let's talk about the rescue. What kind of animals do you take in? How do they just find one on the side of the road, bring it to you, or how does all that work?
Oh, great question. We get that question a lot. So we do dogs and cats mainly. Occasionally, the random farm animal, we'll come across. We work very closely with our partner at Jennings County Animal Control. We get animals from them. They're often neglect cases. A lot of times they have neglect cases as well as owner surrenders, believe it or not. So we kind of help Jennings County Animal Control pull their load off when they, have a large amount of dogs, as well as certain cases within the community. But we really like to field all that through Jennings County Animal Control. We bring them in. Once we get them to our location, we take them to the vet. Our volunteers come in and help assist in transporting them and things like that.
All right, fantastic. And Marcia, I know you run the spay and neuter side of things. So can people just bring their animals to you? Do they need an appointment? Is there a cost or a donation needed?
That is great. Actually, if you have outdoor cats, right now we're really focused on those strays, those barn cats. You do not need an appointment for those kitty cats. If you bring them in a feral trap, it's only $72, and that takes care of everything. They're spayed, they're neuter, a 3-year rabies shot.
Oh, wow.
They check them out. They can do a flea tick prevention and pain meds.
Okay.
And if they come in a carrier, it's $82. But you need no appointment, and you can bring 2. We offer our spay neuter transport 2 to 3 times a month.
Okay.
So like every other week. If you have a dog that you'd like, or a house cat, you do need to call the clinic in Brownsburg and schedule that.
Okay.
And I know there is a 3-month wait list right now for doggos.
All right. So it's better just to go through you and just get that situated.
They can call our spay neuter number at the Mercy Rescue to get that number.
All right. And what makes Mercy Rescue different from maybe other shelters, or is it how you got started, or different things along those lines?
I think really it's our volunteers. I would really say it's our volunteers.
I love that.
Our volunteers sets us apart, honestly. Volunteers range from a variety of cleaners, volunteers that can run animals to and from vet appointments, volunteers to foster. You may live in a household where the confines of cost of owning an animal are just not in your budget. But with Mercy Rescue, you can still foster for us, so you still have that vibe of having your dog or cat.
That's great.
We take care of all of the cost for that.
Yeah.
We are always looking for fosters.
Okay.
And that foster does not have to be in Jennings County. You can live in a surrounding county. Martha and I do a lot of checking out those references for fosters, for adoptions. So that's something, we really check into.
Yeah.
I really believe what sets us apart is our volunteers.
I love that answer. Yeah, that's really special. On the fostering side, do people foster for a week? Is it a year? What is the average term for fostering?
It just depends on the animal when they get adopted.
Okay.
So we have a lot of animals in foster care, and then an application may come in, and they may have that dog 3 weeks. They may have it 3 months.
Okay.
They could have it a year.
All right. Yeah. Well, I would have a hard time letting them go
And that
after
is
that. Is that the plan?
Yes.
That's the evil plan.
That is called a foster fail.
Yeah.
We're all guilty of that.
Man, yeah.
We're all guilty.
Yeah, I know. And you have all different types of animals, right?
Oh, yes. Big dogs, little dogs, active dogs, senior dogs. Believe it or not, our rescue will pull, when animal control will call us and say that they're full or they're getting full, we will go in and we'll look for the sickest. We'll look for the ones who maybe are off the beaten path or need a little extra TLC, maybe a little shy, because we've all, as human beings, fallen on hard times. Animals do the same thing. They can get shy just like we can.
But you do see just plethora of animals. So
We do.
regardless of what somebody has, they can call you. You work
Absolutely. You can give us a call.
Okay.
you can reach out to us various ways. We do not accept animal turn-ins at our location. That is not something that is accepted. That's actually illegal, believe it or not, and harmful for the animal.
Okay.
So we don't
Good
accept
to know.
those. Yeah, we don't accept those at our location. You can absolutely reach out to us, our phone number, our email address, check out our website.
Okay.
On our website, we have a link for our adoptable pets down there at the bottom, so you can always see what available pets we have.
All right. And tell me about, real quick, on the adoption process. How does that work? What's the cost? How do people get connected?
Each animal is a little different on the cost, and it's all petfinder.com is where we post a lot of our animals. So, people
there.
all over the state, out of the state, actually see our animals and come Cincinnati, local to adopt the pet. And they fill out an application online, or if they're a senior and they don't know how all that technology, we do have paper applications they can fill out.
I love you. Still old school it.
Yes.
That's awesome.
If once Annie gets those applications, she sends them to me, and then I will call and reach out to you. Then we have you do 2 reference checks and a vet check.
Okay.
If you're renting your property, we do check with your landlord to make sure it's okay that you have that animal, and then we do what's called a virtual home visit. Since COVID, we don't go to the homes,
Right.
We used to, but we'll do like a FaceTime. Or a Zoom meeting and check y'all out, and then hook you up with the right animal.
Okay.
And you can come visit
love
and then
that.
adopt that.
That's really special. Any other special little stories or things you want people to know? Super sweet moments?
What I want people to know is it's not always about the animal that you come in to see. Maybe you hopped on petfinder.com and you see, Sparky, he's just bountiful and loving and can't wait to get in a home. But you come out to the rescue and you see other animals. You see,
that would be
seniors.
bad for me.
Yes.
I'd show up and like, well, that's what I did today. I did a thing.
You see another dog who may fit your needs. So whether you're coming to our rescue or going to a shelter in a community where you live in, I always encourage people to do what feels right, not what looks right.
Okay.
So if it feels like a good fit, spend some time with that animal, dog, cat. See kind of how they feel and mesh with your family versus just picking the animal
Something
because
out,
he's cute and a puppy and happy and you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And the most important thing that we like to share is a dog and cat, when you adopt them from wherever you adopt them from, is forever. It's not for 5 minutes.
Yes.
It's not for right now. It's forever. So
Yeah.
when you're making that commitment, think about that.
Yeah. Well, and chances are, I bet 10 out of 10 times, it's almost that the humans are the ones getting rescued.
Yes, absolutely.
For sure. All right, get connected with Mercy Rescue. You can do that. They are located in Jennings County, but yet they can serve you from all over. You can check out their available animals at petfinder.com. We'll be back here on Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask. And that's a wrap for us at Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask. And of course, want to give a special thanks to all of our guests who made time out of their day to be with us and to bring you some great information coming at us from Southern Indiana. We've got a great show lined up for you next, doing some traveling. And of course, we can't wait to see you. We'll be back here next week. Make sure you're here for it.